This woman suddenly had a feeling that a strange man had gotten into her house. She couldn't see, but she'd lived in this house for over 20 years. She could sense that someone else was in there with her. She didn't dare let him know she was onto him, because she was terrified. If he realized she'd sensed his presence, he might hurt her, so she had no choice but to pretend everything was normal and go about her day. What she didn't know was that the man who'd broken in was being just as careful. He simply sat quietly by the window. He seemed to know she was blind. He didn't make a single sound, and never did anything to her. He just kept looking out the window. The window faced a bus station, where a murder had just taken place. Police were swarming the area, investigating, and so the two of them stayed hyper-cautious, coexisting in that tiny space, in the strangest way imaginable. That night, the woman drew the living room curtains, and went upstairs to bed. The man, who hadn't eaten all day, opened the fridge, and wolfed down some bread, bite by bite. When he was done, he went back to the window, and sat on the floor against the wall all night. The next morning, the woman ate breakfast alone. She could still feel the man was there. Maybe to give herself some courage, she sat down at the piano and started to play. No one was coming to protect her in this house, because she had no family left. When Xiaoman was still very young, her mother left home and never came back. She'd been living with her father ever since. In middle school, she noticed classmates turning around to snicker at her as they walked by. When she looked back at them, they'd quickly look away and pretend nothing was going on. She found out later that someone had stuck a prank note on her back. Xiaoman hid in the bathroom and cried for a long time, thinking about those kids holding back their laughter, thinking about how she'd been made a fool of without even knowing. She wanted to crawl into a hole and disappear. From then on, she stopped trusting herself. She was always convinced there was something laughable about her. Every time she walked down the school hallway, if she heard someone laughing nearby, she was sure they were laughing at her, that she'd become the butt of the joke all over again. In high school, Xiaoman was in a car accident that left her permanently blind. After that, she dropped out and stayed home with her father. Her dad adored her, even when he had to be up early for work the next day. He'd stay up late at night embossing greeting cards in Braille for her, before heading out in the morning. He told her there was a gift for her on the table. Xiaoman ran her fingers over the card, letter by letter. It read, "Happy birthday, Xiaoman." Inside the box was a necklace he'd bought for her. But that very afternoon, a phone call came. Her father had been in a car accident. When she went to identify his body, she ran her hands over his cold, lifeless face. She knew then that there was no one left in this world for her. At her father's memorial, a relative told her, "Your mother is here. She's outside. She won't come in. She's just standing at the door, holding an umbrella." Xiaoman walked to the window, relying on the fading memories in her mind. She tried to piece together her mother's face. She called out for her mom, over and over.
お母さん、お母さん、お母さん、お母さん。
For a long time, her mother never answered. Not until the train pulled into the station. Not until her mother's silhouette vanished at the end of the platform. A distant relative offered to take her in, to have her move in with their family. She refused. She said she was grown up now. She could take care of herself. She wouldn't leave because this house was filled with every memory she had of her father. She wanted to hold on to those memories and keep living. From that point on, she was afraid to step outside alone, and had no desire to meet anyone new. Just like her mom, just like her dad, people would come into her life. But in the end, they all left. Xiaoman had only one friend, Huama. She'd only go out when Huama came to get her. Only with Huama by her side did she have the courage to face the outside world.